Hello everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Ramblings. I'm Rebecca and these are my ramblings. Now, I got a good one for you today. Today I'm going to be doing my full-on night out makeup routine. Now I know what you're thinking. If you saw my last makeup routine video, the one I did just for a casual daytime, I did explain in that film that I don't really have nights out anymore. I'm 47 and that's just not the world I live in anymore. I might occasionally go out for a meal or something with some friends, but that's as far as it goes. So the sort of really glammed up makeup looks are not something that I do anymore. However, next month in March, I am doing something very exciting. I'm going on a cruise. I'm going to Norway on a P&O cruise. And as those of you who have been on cruises before know, they have their formal nights, don't they? Their gala nights, where they have a black tie dress code and everybody gets all dolled up and all glammed up, and the men wear their little bow ties and everything. So I'm really excited about it. But I'm just at the stage now where I'm going through all my things, wondering what to take. What clothes am I going to take? What jewellery am I going to take? What handbags? And today I just want to have a look through my makeup and decide what bits of makeup am I going to take specifically for those glammed up gala nights. So that's what I'm going to do. So for me today, it's a bit of a trial run, a bit of a practice, and I thought I'd film it and do it in front of you all so that you can give me your thoughts and opinions too and tell me what you think. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get started. Oh, as you can probably tell, got my hair in rollers because, you know, this is me pretending this is a real life situation, and in a real life scenario I'd have these bad boys in before a night out anyway, just to give my hair a bit more of a zhuzh, a bit more volume, you know, and it keeps my hair out of my face while I put my makeup on as well. So twofold benefits there. Okay, so what am I going to do on the first gala night? I think for my makeup, I'm not going to use a primer. I've thought about this because the foundation that I'm going to use does everything that I want it to do all on its own. Now, when I'm choosing a foundation for an evening out, I've got a very different list of criteria than I would have if I was choosing a foundation for a full day. Now, if I'm getting ready in the morning and I'm doing my makeup and I want it to last a whole day, I want something with a medium to full coverage. I want it to have a good longevity. Bit of SPF in there as well would be nice. Now, I don't rely on my foundation on its own for SPF. I do use another one as well, as we all should. But it doesn't do any harm to have that extra bit in your foundation, does it, during the day? Now, when I'm going out at night, I don't necessarily need a foundation to last 8, 9, 10 hours. I certainly don't need it to have any SPF in it because it's nighttime, the sun's not out. Plus, if it's a party situation, there might be some photography, and especially if it's flash photography, the last thing you want is for your SPF to flash back at the camera, because then you're just going to look like a ghost on all of your lovely photographs. I learned that lesson the hard way in the 90s. So yeah. So the foundation that I've chosen to take with me on the cruise is, drumroll, for the evening looks, I'm going to be wearing my Armani Luminous Silk Classic, and I wear this in the shade 4. Now, I wouldn't necessarily wear this during the day because it's just not enough. It's not enough coverage for me, and I don't think it would last for a full day. But for a few hours in the evening, it makes my skin look flawless. It gives me a bit of a glow. It gives me a sort of plump, juicy look to my skin, which I really like. So I'm going to be using that one. Now, I'm not going to use a primer, but what I am going to do is put a bit of this just on my cheeks, just on my cheekbones, where I want a little bit of glow. Now, some of you may know what this is already. All of the writing has worn off the bottle though, because it's been in my makeup bag. It's the Charlotte Tilbury, what's it called? The Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I use this in the shade 3. So I'm just going to start applying it to my face now. Oh, I forgot my ring light again. Oh no. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Can you see me? Is that right? Still getting the hang of this, people. It's not easy, is it? It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, so with the doe foot applicator then, I'm just going to apply some of this to my cheeks. So the cheekbone area where you want it to catch the light. And then I'm just going to blend that in with a brush. There we go. And I don't know if you can tell, it just gives a nice little sheen to the cheeks, making it look like you have enormously high cheekbones, which would be lovely, wouldn't it? So the brush I'm using today for my base is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Looks Complexion Brush. And it's the number 7 one, and it's got the double end, so that side for the foundation, that side for the concealer. Oh yeah, you can see the shiny cheeks already, can't you? Nice. Okay, so this foundation then, it's a water-based foundation, so I find it helps if you just give it a little shake before you apply it, just to mix up all the ingredients. Okay. Let's put this onto the back of my hand. Couple of pumps. There we go. Can you see me okay? Shall I just angle you down a little bit? There we are. So same brush. Dab, dab, dab in here. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Okay. Lovely. Now I have been thinking about foundations and looking at what I've got and everything, and I've been watching Charlotte Holdcroft videos. I'm sure you're all aware of Charlotte Holdcroft. She's fabulous, isn't she? She's really easy to watch and really entertaining, and her favourite foundation of all time is the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate. Now I've never tried it and I'm really curious and I really want to give it a go, but I don't know, I just can't bring myself to do it because it's so expensive, isn't it? How much is it now? The last time I looked, it was about £150 for a bottle of foundation. And I just, as much as I'm curious as to what else could a bottle of foundation for £150 do for me, what could that do for me that my Luminous Silk can't do for me? Is it really that much better? I'm just curious and I really want to try it. But I don't know. I don't know if I dare. So what do you think? Do any of you, have you used the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate? Do you have any thoughts about it? Is it as fantastic and marvellous as I'm thinking it is? I mean, if I'm going to spend £150 on a bottle of foundation, I mean, never mind even that. If I'm going to spend £100 on a bottle of foundation, I want it to make my skin absolutely flawless and perfect. I mean, goodness sake, if I'm spending that much, I want it to put the bins out for me, you know? I want it to clean my bathroom. And when I say clean the bathroom, I don't just mean wiping down the surfaces. I mean scrubbing the shower. You know, those bits of mould on the grouting between the tiles, I want it to really get in there and scrub them and clean it up. And I just don't think it's going to do that for me. Oh, and now you all think I've got a mouldy shower, don't you? I don't. Honestly, I promise I don't have a mouldy shower. I was just trying to illustrate a point that I'm trying to make. That do we really need to spend 3 times the amount of money? It's 3 times the amount that this costs for a foundation. And does it really give us any more benefits? I don't know. Maybe it does. I mean, the people that use it rave about it, don't they? They really love it. So, I don't know. I just think sometimes these things can be a lot of buck for our bang. Yeah, a lot of buck for our bang. And is it actually worth it? Oh, I don't know. I've just got FOMO here. What I might do is I might get a sample of it because there's a Tom Ford counter at my local Fraser's in town. And I could go down there and ask for a sample of it and bring it home and try it out and see what I think. I might do that. But that's a risky strategy though, isn't it? Because the danger of doing that is that I might try it out and I might love it. I might absolutely fall in love with it, and that'd be a disaster, because then I'd be in love with a £150 bottle of foundation. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is it worth it? Anyway, I'm just not that woman, you know? I'm just not that woman that would go into a shop and buy a £150 bottle of foundation. I just don't live in that world. So there you go. I'll just have to cope with my FOMO and deal with it. So, foundation's on. That was a bit of a rant, wasn't it? For concealer, I'm going to try now my Huda Beauty concealer. Now, I have been using this for a couple of months. I don't know what I think of it. There's some things about it that I really like, and there's some things about it that I'm not too keen on. One of the things that I'm not too keen on is the actual applicator. As you can see, it's not got the nice point on the end like some of the doe foot concealers have. It's quite chunky, and I put my concealer right in the, you see the dark hollows of my eyes just here, and I like a very precise applicator so I can just get in there like that, because that is literally, that's all I do with my concealer. This is the place where I put it. I don't put it anywhere else on my face. And as well with the packaging, can you see how the product is all, it's quite messy at the top, and sometimes when I'm closing it, see if it does it now, it's not doing it now, but sometimes it leaks out here and you have to wipe it down. Look, there's fingerprints there. It leaks out and it can make a mess, and you have to give it a wipe down before you put it away in your makeup bag, which is just annoying, isn't it, you know? But what I love about it is the actual product itself. The actual juice is fabulous. I'm going to blend it out here with my ring finger. It doesn't crease. I love the coverage. I love the amount of coverage it gives. I love the level of brightening that it gives me. And if I do wear it during the day, it does last all day as well without any creasing. So yeah, pros and cons to that one. Don't know. Seriously though, let me know what you think of the Tom Ford foundation. See, I'm still thinking about it. If you tell me it is the best thing since sliced bread and you all love it and it's changed your lives, then I'll go out tomorrow morning to town to Fraser's and I'll get myself a bottle. I will. I mean, my husband will be delighted, you know. He hates putting the bins out every week, especially when it's cold and dark and raining. Oh dear, what am I doing? I got the giggles now. So, right, I've done the foundation, I've done the concealer. Next step is powder. Now, I've got combination skin, so I can get quite oily across the forehead and down the nose here. Maybe the Tom Ford foundation would fix that. I don't know. Oh, goodness me, I'm obsessed with it. I need to stop thinking about it, don't I? Okay, so I've got the Armani Luminous Silk on my face right now, and I'm happy with it. So let's work with what we've got here, Rebecca. Work with what you've got. Now, I will set my T-zone. I always set my T-zone regardless of what I'm doing, where I'm going, what foundation I'm wearing. I just do. And to do that, I use the Laura Mercier, the translucent loose setting powder. On a brush like this. I've had this for years. I think it's one of the old Morphe ones, but the writing's all worn off the handle. Again, like all of the rest of my brushes, but I'm going to take a really small amount on there and just dab it into the lid and get it into the brush like this, really get it into all the bristles there, tapping off any excess. And then when you're applying powder products with a brush like this, I was told once that wherever you place the brush first on your face is the place where most of that product is going to be deposited. So for me, I want to do it on my nose and this area here between my brows. So let's go in with that. So down here and just here between my brows and a little bit just here, either side of my nose and down onto the chin. That's the only place. I'll go over the concealer a little bit and up onto the forehead. Now that's the only places where I will put my powder. I don't want to go anywhere near this area because obviously that's where we've put the glowy product from the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So I'd like the glow from that to shine through as the evening goes on. You know, I mean, there might be dancing, you never know, under the lights. That's where I want the light to catch. There might be karaoke. Oh my goodness, imagine that. Oh dear. No, I think it's going to be quite classy, this cruise. I don't think there's going to be anything like that. I think we'll be okay. So, right, we've done foundation, concealer, we've powdered. It's now time to put a bit more dimension and life back into my face with bronzer. So I've got a few different options of bronzing products that I could choose to take with me, but the one I think I am going to take, it's my tried and true, been using it for years, it's an old classic, it's my Nars, and the shade I use is Laguna, and it looks like that, just like that. I'm sure you're all familiar with this product. It's been around for yonks. And the brush I'm going to use is this Hourglass, the snake brush. This came out 2 Christmases ago with the snake palette that they brought out. I didn't buy the snake palette. I actually bought the leopard palette that year. I just felt it matched my skin tone a bit more. The snake one was a little bit too deep for me. So yeah, I love this bronzer. Just need to hold this roller out the way while I go in with this. Yeah, it's got just the right amount of luminosity to it, because it's not matte and it's not glowy, but it's got something, and it's just sort of a medium amount of, yeah, luminosity is the only word I can think of really to describe it. But I love it. It's definitely a long-term favourite of mine, is the Nars Laguna. Right, so my next step after bronzer would be blush. Now, I love blush. I always tend to put too much blush on my face. And if you did watch my last makeup application video, it was my casual, just everyday daytime makeup. And when I watched it back, I thought, whoa, I really put far too much blush on my cheeks. But I don't care, because I love it. And I'd far rather over blush than anything else, because I think, especially as you get a bit older, and I'm 47 now, you know, I'm getting the little fine lines and everything. And I just think as you get older, if you just put some blush back into your cheeks, it's a youthful look, I think. I mean, not that I'm trying to look youthful. I'm happy to look my age, but I just want to look like a healthy, you know, a healthy, vibrant version of myself at my age. So I've got 2 choices for blush that I think I'm going to take with me. One of them is a new product. I've got one of the new shades of the Patrick Tar blush. Oh, it's very reflective, isn't it, that? So I'm sure you've all seen these blushes. They're very popular. This one is in the shade, let me just tell you, She's Seductive. Ooh, She's Seductive. Not when she's talking about her mouldy shower, she isn't. But there you go, we've moved on from that subject now. Now, the beauty of these products is that you've got your powder blush and you've got a cream blush. So you can either use one or the other, or you can layer them and use them together. Now, Patrick Tar suggests going in with the powder blush first and then going over the top of it with the cream. Now that is counterintuitive to what most people would do. We feel that we have to put on our cream and liquid products first, don't we? And then set them with powder. But he suggests doing it the other way around. So who am I to argue with Patrick Tar? I'm going to do what he says. So tap off the excess and just go the high points of the cheek on my cheekbone. Move the roller out the way. That's a beautiful colour. It's gorgeous. It's a neutral, because I'm going to do a sort of smoky-ish eye today. So because I'm going to go quite heavy on the eye, I want to keep everything else really just soft and neutral. So it's It's lovely, isn't it? It's more on the peachy side than pink, but this colourway, this She's Seductive, it's very similar to another one that he has out called, what's it called? It's called Not Too Much. So if you have that one, I don't think you necessarily need this one. But if you don't have either, I really like it. I think this is a great option. So let's lift up this little flap, and I'm going to go in with the angled side of my brush, and I'm going to go into the cream and just put a little bit just on top of my cheekbone area there. Oh, yeah. Give a little bit more glow. Oh yeah, I like this. Wow. That is giving me a lovely amount of dewiness, isn't it? Now, normally, on a typical daytime, I don't want dewiness. I don't want dewy makeup because I can get quite oily naturally. I don't want that. However, I don't know, for a night out of party, you know, dancing, I quite like a bit of life, bit of shine. And there's no sparkle, there's no glitter or anything. It's literally just some moisturization from the products that I've used already. Loving that. The other blush that I think I might take with me on the cruise for daytime is one of these. Oh dear, that's, you can't see that. It's the Hourglass, one of the Hourglass single blushes, and this one's in the shade Mood Exposure. Now this is gorgeous. It's got a lovely, it's quite a neutral rosy pink mixed in with one of their finishing powders. And it's just gorgeous. It's nothing too heavy. It's quite a natural flushed look on me. And obviously I'm going to Norway, it's going to be cold, I'm going to be going outside. I just want sort of a natural looking flush to my cheeks. So I think I'm going to be packing both of these blushes in my makeup bag for the trip. Right, what next? So we've done foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer and blush. Eyes are next, aren't they? So let's go in with the eyebrows. So if you did watch my last makeup video, you'll know that last year I had my eyebrows microbladed. Been really happy with it, but when I do a full face of makeup, I do like to still go over them with a pencil just to sharpen them up a little bit. So I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. And I just go in with some little light feathery strokes. Light feathery strokes like this. I think your eyebrows are really important. They give a really nice structure to your face, I think. And it made a massive difference to me when I had them done last year, because I literally had no brows. I've got the tiniest bit of hair sort of right in here, and nothing towards the outer tails of my brow, and I haven't had for years. I think I was in my sort of late teens, early 20s. I definitely overplucked them in the 90s, as we all did. I blame Pamela Anderson and Mariah Carey and all those icons of the 90s that we were all trying to emulate, weren't we? So I overplucked them, and then they just thought, right, that's it. You don't want us, we're not going to come back. So there we are, the brows are on. Now, getting exciting because it's time for the eyeshadow. Now, before I go in with my palette, I'll show you what palette I'm going to use. You'll already know this if you saw my last video, because I mentioned it. It's one of the MAC Cosmetics Connect in Colour palettes, and this one is called Encrypted Kryptonite. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not necessarily colours that I would wear during the day, but oh my goodness, I don't know if you can see them particularly well, but look at those dark smoky shades. You've got a good mix of light and dark, so you can get some good dimension. You can really sculpt the eye with this palette. And my favourite MAC shade of all time is in this palette, and it's this one here in the middle. It's Satin Taupe. Now, do any of you remember Satin Taupe from olden days, from the early 2000s? That was actually the first MAC product that I ever bought, was just a little single eyeshadow, Satin Taupe. Beautiful colour. If you have green eyes, it's a sort of taupey purple. It's got a bit of purple in it, quite mushroomy, and just to look at like this in the pan, you think, really? It doesn't look that special. But when it goes on the eye, especially against green eyes, it works magic. It just does something special, and I love it. So I'm going to put some of that on my MAC 217 brush. It's the one with the short handle, again, ideal for travel. It'll be coming with me. Now what am I doing? What am I doing? I forgot my primer. Oh my goodness. I'm getting too excited about the new palette, aren't I? I need to go in with a primer first, don't I? And I use this, the Vieve Eye Wand in the shade Vanilla. Oh my goodness. See, I don't edit my videos. I've only been on YouTube for less than a week, and I've posted how many videos now? 5 or 6, I think. And they're all just like this. They're all just me talking to the camera, with no fancy filters or edits or anything like that. And so far, I mean, I love doing it. I love talking to you all, and I've actually got some subscribers now. I'm delighted, really. When I started filming this, I had 15 subscribers, and to me, I'm over the moon with that, because it's been 4 days and I didn't have any connections, any contacts at all. I mean, obviously I subscribed to other people on YouTube, but they didn't know me, they didn't know who I was. And now after 4 days, I've got 15 subscribers. So to all 15 of you, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate having you here watching me. Hope you still are. Hope this video isn't putting you off in any way. Right. If you're watching me and you're not subscribed, however, it would be lovely to have you here. Just saying. Right, so satin taupe, this lovely colour here with my MAC 217. Let's put some of this on my lower lid and up into the socket. So yeah, we are going to do an evening glammed up look here, which is, it's quite out of my comfort zone, if I'm honest. It's not something I would usually do, but I'm having a practice. I'm going to go a little bit further up beyond where I would normally take it. There. Now, as I'm getting older, my eyes are getting more and more hooded. So as you can see, I've got some overhang. How do you call it? This, when I was younger, you see, my eye was more like this, but now this bit, it's coming down into my eye. It's just a normal part of aging, isn't it? So it kind of changes where you have to put your eyeshadow. If I look into my phone here, I'm going to put it there, you see, up there into the socket, and blend it upwards so that when my eye is open, you can still see it. Oh, I've put more on that side, haven't I? Back down here to my mirror. Yeah, that's good. You can really see that, can't you, now when my eye's open? I'm going to go back into the other side just to even that up. Oh yeah, oh wow. This is really taking me back now to 2009, was it? When I first went into the MAC store and bought my satin taupe. Oh yeah, I like that. Now, I'm going to run a little bit under the lower lash line as well, just because we're being a bit extra fancy. And for that, I'm going to use this brush. It's a Bobbi Brown. Thin, it's got a thin end like that. I think it's meant for, you know, delicate like eyeliner sort of application. So I'm going to do this, put my head forward and just gently run it across the outer lash line like that. So the same colour, satin taupe. Same again over here. Right, okay. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Hope you can see me okay. The light, it's going a bit dim and a bit dark outside. So yeah, actually, do you know, I am going to go in with a little bit of powder here because the reflection of that light is bugging me a little bit. Yeah, it's better. Right. Now then, I'm going to go in with this white shade just to add a little bit of highlight in the inner corner of my eye. Just going to swirl it around my fingertip and just place it gently in that corner. Wow, that really opens it up, doesn't it? Oh, I love these little palettes. Have you tried them? They are worth it. I know that we've all sort of moved on from MAC, haven't we, in recent years as far as eyeshadows go. It's all about the Natasha Denonas now, isn't it, and the Pat McGraths. But honestly, I mean, I do have palettes by Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath, and I like them, yeah, but I always keep coming back to the MAC ones. I prefer a softer, more subtle eyeshadow look on myself. Talking about the lovely Charlotte earlier, Charlotte Holdcroft. She loves Pat McGrath, doesn't she? But she loves a big kapow eye, and it does look beautiful on her. But my preference for my face is a softer, more subtle look. And the MAC eyeshadows, they're just fantastic. They do exactly what I want them to do. They never let me down. I never get any fallout from them either. I haven't mentioned that, have I? Charlotte, if you watch her makeup application videos, she does her eyes first before her foundation, because the types of shadows that she uses, she might get some fallout, so she wants to clear it all away before she puts her base products on. We just all have different preferences, don't we? But I do love watching her. She makes me laugh, and I've had some really good recommendations from her over the years as well. Now then, I think I'm going to use another colour, you know, from this palette. I think because it is a glammed up evening look, I think I want to go in with this beautiful shade here. Now it's grey, but it's kind of got a blue shift to it as well. And there's the tiniest bit of shimmer in there as well. And I think for this shade, I'm going to use a pencil brush. This is also a MAC one. I think it's, what is it? I don't know, I want to say it's the 217. Does that ring a bell with anyone, the 217? It's a pencil brush. If you have any pencil brush in your collection, it'll do the job. So if we just tap into that gently. And I'm just going to go in the very outer corner of my eye, just to give a little bit more dimension. Yeah, oh, that's a beautiful colour. I love that. Yeah. Now the question is, what colour dress do I wear with this look? I think my options are, I've got a red dress, green, and I've got a purple dress. And obviously I've got a black dress as well. Everybody has a black dress, don't they? I don't know. I quite like that wearing red with this smoky eye. But I'm not doing a red lip. I'm doing a more neutral. Well, you'll see in a minute. You'll see in a minute. I'm not going to jump ahead. Can you tell I'm getting excited? Now, time for eyeliner. And I'm going to use one of these MAC gel pencils, the MAC Colour Excess Gel Pencil. And this one, as you can see, it's a lovely sort of graphite-y, silvery, with a little hint of sort of blue. It's not blue, but it's grey, you know, with a little hint of blue. And again, retractable pencil. You don't need to sharpen it. I absolutely love these. And they never transfer either. If you put it on your top lid, you never end up with it up here. As I said, you know, with hooded lids, we're getting older. We don't want to have transfer. And these don't give you that. They're really good. So I'm going to hold my eye like that. And I'm going to go in at the base of my lashes, like I did last time, and just draw a little line. Nothing too harsh. I'm going to go across to there, I think, and just give it a little blend with my finger. Okay. And then I'm going to tight line with it, which is where we go under. So I hold my eye there and I just go underneath the lashes like that. Ugh. Feels a bit odd doing that, but you get used to it after a while. Same again on the other side. And underneath. Yeah, lovely. Okay, now mascara and eyelash curlers. There's nothing new here. You've seen me do this exact same thing before. I'm going to go in with my Shuamura eyelash curlers and then my MAC lash, not MAC, YSL, sorry, my YSL Lash Clash mascara in waterproof, black waterproof. So in with these little pumps. There we go. And then in with this mascara. I love this mascara. It's the only one I use daytime or evening or whatever. It just gives a lovely amount of volume and length, and it lasts, it never flakes or smudges. I love it. And then other side, in with the lash curlers. A few little pumps like that. Then in with the mascara. Wow, yeah. I hope you can see what this is doing. I hope you can see the effect of that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, lovely. Okay, right, what next? Eyes, cheeks, face, lips. So, last time I was going on about the Kiko Milano lip liners, wasn't I? And they probably are my favourite, all things considered. However, for a night out and for this, to go with this eye look, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of her lip cheats in the shade Supersize Me, it's called. And you do have to sharpen it with a pencil. You know that I love my retractable pencils, my eye and lip pencils. I prefer it if they're retractable. But I'm going to stop talking now while I do this. And no, I'm not. I'm just going to tell you that I am just lining the natural rim of my lip. I'm not going to overline or anything like that. There we go, that's the top. And now the bottom. There we go. And these are good pencils. They do last well, and they feel very soft and creamy going on. So they are nice. I do like them. Now for lipstick, I'm going to use everyone's favourite, the classic. Can you guess? I wonder. Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, the original Pillow Talk. We've all seen it, haven't we? Just a lovely, I don't know how to describe it, peachy pinky nude, I guess. There. And because it's a special night, I'm going to add a little bit of gloss just in the middle, just to bring a bit more dimension, a bit more light to my lips. And let me show you what I'm using. Sorry, it's actually a L'Oreal. Now, I don't spend a lot of money on lip glosses. I think it's not worth it, you know. I think we can get an expensive one, or we can get a cheap one from Superdrug, sorry, a more affordable one from Superdrug, and they all do the same job. And I love these L'Oreal ones. I can't remember what they're called now, and I can't see it written anywhere on it, but just any lip gloss in a colour that you like, a fairly light colour, if you just put it in the middle like that and then do that, it just makes your lips look a bit fuller, a bit more juicy. And then really important step, especially if you're wearing a red lip, when you've done your lipstick, take your index finger and go like this. Now what that does is it removes the lipstick from the inner rim of your lip. You see, it's all on my finger now. All of that would have been on the inner rim of my lips, and that means you are at risk of getting lipstick on your teeth, which we don't want. So that stops that happening. there we are. I'm really happy with this look. What do you think? I really like it. Now, because we are going all out and it's a fancy dress occasion, not fancy dress. I'm not going as Wonder Woman. It's not like that. I'm going to be a fancy, a nice, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm going to go in with my setting spray, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Light spritz of that. Should have brought my fans, shouldn't I? I've got fans everywhere. Honestly, never have them with me when I need them though, do I? So there we are, there we have it. I'm really happy. Now, the last step in this makeover situation is to release the hair. So Velcro rollers are quite a recent discovery of mine, but I've been loving having them, and it looks like you've just had a blow dry when you haven't. You've just put these in. So let me take them out now and you can see the result. I've probably had them in for about, what time is it? I've probably had them in for about 40 minutes. And I applied no heat to them or anything. I just had these in on their own. Look at the smoothness, look at that. They give shine, don't they, and smoothness. I'm not sure how they do it without the help of any heat or any products or anything. This one's, take this out. I've got two at the top. There we go. And the last one. Give it a zhuzh. Where's my comb? Just reach for my comb. Bit of this. Oh yeah. Oh, that feels so much fuller. Feels so much fuller and bouncier than it did earlier. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. Now, just to hold that shape, I'm going to give it a spritz with my favourite hairspray. I'm using the Curlsmith Flawless Finish one. And the reason I like this is because it doesn't contain any alcohol. It's really difficult to find a hairspray that doesn't have any alcohol in, because that can dry out your hair. So just a little spritz is all you need, just to hold that shape. There. And now I am ready to go and dance the night away, eat and drink and be merry and all that. So yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Did you like it? Do you have any of these products yourself? How do you like them? How do you get on with them? Do you think I should wear this look for one of the nights on my cruise? And just, yeah, say hello. I really appreciate all of you being here with me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. So have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.